They're scooting him around.
I'm speechless from that.
It was a single word that gave you away, Miss Greyerl. What do you mean by that? The name of the recipient. There were only a few people who knew the intended recipient of that letter. 4 people, to be precise.
Only 4 people?
First was Sir Belduke, the author of the letter. Then there was Miss Mailer, who delivered it. And of course the storyteller, its recipient, as well as one more person. The one who stole the letter using a portal spell and swapped it with the blank sheets of parchment. The witch.
Ah!
Maybe I did. Maybe I spilled the beans about the letter. I mean, maybe I told the butler.
You did what?
Well, because you see, me and the butler are sort of friends. And me and Jean, you know, Jean. And it was about our Sir Belduke, dear Sir Belduke. I feel like I might have told her about it after all. I definitely probably.
Probably,
see,
definitely.
If I did, that's how she knew about the recipient. I mean.
Oh, man.
I understand that you are friends with Miss Greyerl and you want to help her out. But I've got a piece of advice, Miss Mailer. You shouldn't lie. Even for a friend.
Yeah, we've never done that.
Not for a second.
Not at all.
Remember your testimony. You told us about the courier's duty to keep the details of letters confidential. And you have also testified that you have never broken that obligation. Remember?
But hold on just a minute. As the victim's butler, Jean Greyerl might have had a chance to catch a glimpse of the envelope.
No, she didn't.
Oh, God.
When Miss Mailer came with the delivery, Sir Belduke was still writing that letter. In fact, he was in the middle of it at the time. The letter had not been addressed yet. And the next morning when the body was discovered, that letter was already in the letterbox. Keep in mind that Miss Greyerl would have had no opportunity to see it then either.
Is that so? She went to report the crime without even setting foot in the study.
And then Miss Mailer appeared and retrieved the letter. Needless to say, Miss Greyerl couldn't have learned of the letter's recipient afterwards.
Oh, God.
Or maybe you have a good explanation, Miss Greyerl? I'd very much like to hear one. Can you please tell the court how you found out the recipient's name? Mr. Wright? Yes? Do you remember what I said when I was called to the witness stand? Yes? At the heart of alchemy lies the pursuit of the rules and logic that govern nature. You have demonstrated the power of your own logic.
Oh, no.
Miss Greyerl.
Are you saying?
Yes, I confess. The abhorrent witch who used the spell Godor to swap the contents of that letter, and who took the life of Master Belduke. It was none other than I.
Oh, no! Oh, I didn't like the butler, but now I feel so bad. Oh, Jean.
She's gonna go the opposite of crazy.
I think she's gonna go sad. I think this is... Oh, no. I think she... I don't know. I think she cared about Belduke.
I was an only child, born to a poor family. I've been a witch since I was very little. When did I become aware of it? I don't remember. Although I was but a young child, I knew that being a witch was a crime. That's why I hid my witch's scepter and wouldn't use magic at all. My father worked as a bricklayer. He toiled every day. We could hardly make ends meet. One winter day, we couldn't afford to pay the rent. We were going to lose the house. My mother was in tears, and my father was sitting with his head down, wordless.
I want money for Mummy and Daddy.
That day, I suddenly remembered about the witch's scepter that I had hidden.
The Godor spell.
I thought I'd try it just once, casting the spell. But at the time, I had no idea what an irreversible mistake that would be.
Oh no, she turned her parents into gold.
Even though no one told me, I knew from the very beginning what magic I was able to use.
Oh, and that's why the goat is gold in the basement.
What should I turn into gold? I was thinking about it really hard. The little girl that I was. Something that wouldn't stand out. That could be taken for a work of art. Then I decided I chose a pretty leaf that I had fallen into our garden. But it wasn't the right thing to do after all. I was terribly punished for using magic, even just the once.
Punished?
In what way were you punished? I placed the leaf down in the back garden and cast the spell, but then Margaret suddenly walked in front of me.
Margaret?
My closest childhood friend.
Oh.
Margaret, right before my eyes, she was turned into gold.
Oh dear me.
I screamed and cried, but I couldn't ask anyone for help. If anyone had seen it, they would have known it was the work of magic. And I knew Margaret wasn't coming back.
Oh God.
That's terrible. Then, my mother and father's faces flashed before my eyes. We may have been very poor, but we were always happy together. Had I been captured as a witch, I feared my parents probably wouldn't be safe either. That thought tormented me more than anything. So I made the decision. I decided to end my own life. I threw myself into the river near the town. It was winter. The water was as cold as ice. I couldn't even move. It was painful. My consciousness started drifting away.
Oh no. Oh man, Belduke saves her.
The next thing I knew, I was in Master Belduke's residence. He risked his own life jumping into the freezing river to save me. I burst into tears and told him everything. I didn't want to go back home. I would only end up causing my parents grief. Master Belduke listened to me without interrupting, and then he told me this.
You can stay here, but from now on, you must live as a boy.
Master Belduke met with my parents and explained everything to them. They were very sad, but they agreed it would be best if I didn't return home.
They were so happy to be free of me.
Oh, Miss Greyerl, that must have been so awful for her. Master bought the house for my parents, so they wouldn't have to worry about paying rent anymore. As for Margaret, turned into gold, he brought her to his residence. He knew that if anyone saw her, they would report an incident of witchcraft.
And this Miss Margaret, she's still in that golden state?
Yes, she is.
That's strange. We have received no reports of anyone by that name having gone missing.
Margaret is being kept in the basement under Master's study. You're right, it was the goat.
The basement?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this Margaret, is she a... Yes, my dear friend was a goat that we were keeping at our house.
A
What?
goat?
What? What?
Until then, Master Belduke had mainly been researching medicine.
What?
But since the incident with Margaret, he became known as an alchemist. So that's when he became an alchemist. I was wondering why the goat was the only thing not covered in dust.
Oh my God, the story is amazing.
That's how I started a new life as Master Belduke's butler.
Sir Belduke would sometimes work as a physician, curing the townspeople of their illnesses. As his assistant, you have also shown a commitment to helping the townspeople through your work.
I forgot about being a witch and was able to live happily at peace with everyone. I thought I could stay like that forever.
But those peaceful days came to an abrupt end. Tell us, what in the world was the cause?
Even I am not quite sure what led to this. However, it all started 3 months ago with that lightning strike. Master Belduke and I were on our way back home, carrying specimens for experiments. An old bell tower appeared in the flames. Everyone who saw it was stupefied. But the expression on Master Belduke's face was unlike anything I'd seen before. What do you mean? His face went pale and twisted in sheer terror. He was shaking violently. It wasn't just astonishment at an unusual phenomenon. It seemed as if he was afraid of something more concrete. Perhaps Sir Belduke saw something that others couldn't. He canceled his experiments for that night and began writing a letter to someone.
A letter?
I found out about it when I brought him his bottle of tomato juice. He was writing feverishly, as if he were possessed. I saw some things. A few words in that letter. Expose everything. Cannot keep this secret any longer.
Oh, she thought it was about her.
The truth about the witch.
Oh no, that's so sad. She made a mistake.
Master Belduke was going to confess that I was a witch. Everything went black in front of my eyes. I will never forget the feeling that overwhelmed me at that moment.
Yes, Brittany is still standing there next to everybody, doing nothing.
Is that when you decided?
Is that when you decided to commit the crime?
What I did first was accidentally singe a part of the wall in my room. It was an excuse to repaint that section of the wall green.
Then you also painted the wall behind that painting in Sir Belduke's study.
And when that fateful night came, I used a syringe to inject a soporific through the cork and into the bottle of tomato juice. So many thoughts were running through my head as I wished Master a good night. But I actually wished him a bad night. A bad night. I opened the portal behind him. He was right there in front of me, asleep. I reached for the letter in the letterbox, taking care not to wake him. And then I happened to notice the name on the envelope. Storyteller. When I read that name, the world all around me turned black once more. It's impossible to avoid what is written by the storyteller. It seemed as if I could hear the doors to all escape routes shutting closed. It was the sound of despair. I would like you to believe me. That the thought of taking Master Belduke's life never once occurred to me. I only planned to steal that letter and then disappear.
Because you can never write another letter.
But as I looked upon Master sleeping there in front of me, at that moment I felt an evil presence awaken within me. Why did he save my life? And why did he betray me? Before I realized what I was doing, my hands were clutching his neck. He didn't move at all, so I kept on clenching his neck. That's it.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
the truth about what happened 3 months ago. Beep boop. How's everybody doing?
Oh my god.
Everybody doing okay?
I'm traumatized right now.
There's just one thing I fail to understand.
Yes?
You said you wanted to run away once you had stolen the letter. Yet despite that, you continued to live in Sir Belduke's residence. And now, here you stand. Why did you not run away?
My life had been thrown into disarray due to the absurdity of magic. I had learned all about alchemy, living at Master's residence. Alchemy is concerned with the logic that governs the world. I wanted to believe that there truly was such a thing. So I stayed in that place, hoping to one day see the irrational nature of magic overcome by the power of reason. Magic being overcome by reason. That night, I swapped the letter with blank sheets of parchment and waited for the sun to rise. I resolved to wait for the day when my true identity could be exposed. Master's death remained a mystery for 3 months, and people started to lose interest. And then you appeared, Mr. Wright. On the day you visited the residence, I was listening to your conversation from the other room. Has the time finally come for me? My heart was racing with anticipation. Then, a few minutes after everyone entered that room, an unbelievable incident took place.
That incident?
A witch appeared, in Master's study.
What?
I wanted to get a look at the witch, so I created a portal in the wall behind the painting. Precisely at that moment.
Goldor!
Oh, shit.
Goldor! The witch used one of the very spells that I can use, too. When I heard those words, a single thought flashed through my mind. This was my chance. I could dispose of my witch's scepter. I knew at the time that what the kind of witch the Inquisition would be looking for. A witch that can use Familia and Goldor. It occurred to me that I only needed to change one of the magic gems. I had previously found out that the Familia gem was purple. I realized that if I swapped the Goldor magic gem for my amethyst, I could pin the blame for my crime on that other witch. So you changed one of the gems and threw the witch's scepter into that room, is that correct? Exactly.
Objection!
Wait a minute. Jean Greyerl, this statement of yours is highly problematic.
How so, Inquisitor Barnum? Yes, you are right.
Could someone explain to me what this is about? I fell asleep like an hour ago.
I'm a witch indeed. A sinful creature that killed the person to whom she owed her life. However, regarding the gentleman standing next to you, Mr. Wright, he may have fallen victim to a witch, but that witch was not me.
Oh, man.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
Oh! Wait, what? Order! Order! Order in the court! What in... What? What is the meaning of this?
Jean Greyerl admits killing Sir Belduke, but not to turning Sir Layton into gold.
That is the gist of it, my lord. But lying about it is meaningless.
Lying? Just being a witch is a crime in itself.
That is very something Maya would
And
say.
the punish
right
for
now.
that crime is the same. Oh, a burger would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of whether she took one life or two, that's why there's no point in lying about it. I'm sure that's what the judge is thinking. Greyerl is still claiming she never laid a finger on the professor. But if there's no point in lying, does that mean she must be telling us the truth? So in that case, who's responsible for what happened to the professor? If it wasn't her, then who was it? So Gold Hat now.
Yeah.
Bing!
Objection.
Mind if I say something? Well, man.
Oh, Amir!
By the
Oh,
way,
hey, Amir!
Take a hint, witness.
We have many hint coins for you if you need
Does
them.
it feel like this is the right moment for you to talk?
oh, well, that's kind of why I was staying quiet until now. But I either say it now or never.
Don't simply fall silent after saying that. It only makes it weigh on my mind more. I gotta know. Whatever did you want to say?
Oi, Bluey! Yes? I need to make sure about something. Leon's not what it used to be, you know?
Yes? The alchemist butler. Lady Butler. She slipped sleep medicine into his drink.
Lady Butler.
That's correct. She laced his tomato juice with it. And then she strangled the alchemist afterwards? Yes, Sir Belduc was unconscious from the sleep medicine, so he didn't resist. And that explains why we found no signs of a struggle at the crime scene. Yeah, about that. I let it slip earlier when I did the crime scene, right? I told you that I had a few sips of that juice. And the sleep medicine mixed in made you sleep like a log. Yes, we remember. Yeah, well, here's the thing. This is just between us, okay? You see, when I appropriated that juice, the juice bottle was, well, still unopened. It was unopened.
What?
My throat was parched and I wasn't thinking straight. That brand new bottle was just there waiting for me with a corkscrew conveniently laid next to it.
What?
I couldn't just let that go to waste.
What?
I swiftly pulled out the cork and got to drinking.
What? What?
What? So, in case you don't get what I'm getting at, the alchemist I didn't have a single drop of the juice within the sleep medicine.
What the hell?
What?
I don't even understand. What?
Witness, you went to the trouble of opening a bottle found at a crime scene just to drink its suspicious contents.
Do not approve of that.
That's what I've been telling you. I was dying of thirst. That doesn't justify what you've done.
Objection!
Slap him
The
here.
Inquisition shall deal with this witness after the trial. He will find out what it means to be dying of thirst in a more literal meaning. Wow. However, let us not waste any more time with him now. The witch has confessed to her crimes. There is no need to investigate Sir Belduc's death any further. Humph. Indeed, you are right, Inquisitor. Her role in the Sir Layton incident is not entirely clear, but a person who kills her protector, to whom she owes her very life, can be nothing other than a witch.
Oh my god.
The court has sufficient grounds to sentence her.
Oh my god! I mean, she did kill a person, but I don't want her to get burned, did it?
Belduc didn't drink the juice that night. If that's true, there's one thing here that doesn't add up. Mr. Wright, I have to say, there's something about this that's bothering me. I'm sure there's a contradiction looking in that man's testimony.
More?
You think so, Luke? Can I really turn a blind eye to that?
You gotta
Investigate!
Mister, you're saying you opened the tomato juice bottle, but that claim contradicts a certain piece of evidence. The liquid on his face.
Yeah.
Defense, I'd like a word with you. I'd like to go home sometime today.
Yes, Your Honor?
At this point, your client's innocence has already been established. Therefore, whether there is a contradiction in that man's testimony or not should be no longer be any of your concern.
Judge, shut your mouth.
That may be so, Your Honor, but even though I'm here to defend the accused, the true duty of Mini Eternity is to uncover the truth behind what happened. Exclamation points all around. My job's not done until there are no more contradictions left.
Sure.
Very well.
Sir Blue Knight, let us hear about this contradiction you've discovered. The bottle was first opened by that guy, meaning Belduc didn't drink any of it. That means there's only one piece of evidence that should be very difficult to explain.
I would like to hear about this contradiction too.
Yeah.
The defense shall present evidence.
It's definitely the picture of the juice on his face.
Alright, crime scenes.
Crime scene sketches.
Can you just go to details and present, or do you have to...
I think I can just send these and he'll ask me to show which one.
Okay.
Take that!
The contradiction can be seen in one of the sketches of the crime scene.
One of the sketches?
Please take a look at Sir Belduc's mouth. We can see a line of red liquid trickling down from his mouth.
Yes, well, we'd already established that it was the tomato juice.
What?
Exactly, Your Honor. Sir Belduc didn't drink any of the tomato juice that night.
Objection!
Oh my god.
What means there's only one other possibility.
What is this, blood?
That red line is, as we thought first of all, blood.
Ugh.
Sir Belduke must have tried to fight back the assailant and bit his tongue in doing so.
No.
Unfortunately, that would only bring us back to the problem we encountered earlier. If the victim had put up a fight,
There'd be evidence.
then there should have been traces of a struggle at the crime scene, yet no such traces were found. That's what made you assume the witch must have used Familia. Yes, that is so.
As I explained before, Master Belduke didn't struggle at all at the time. But when I think about it now, in light of the new information, it was very unnatural.
The victim didn't drink the soporific. It didn't struggle.
What, did he just let her kill
He was
him?
already dead.